I did end up getting my hands on a VAP package ticket for the upcoming 5 Seconds of Summer Everyone's a Star tour. Now, I think I mentioned in my last video where I was reacting to their most recent single, Telephone Busy, that released from their 6th studio album that is coming out on November 14th, Everyone's a Star, titled the same as the world tour that they are going on in just a few weeks. I did want to tell you guys my experience and what ended up happening with me and my husband, and actually my mom as well, ended up getting tickets to this show because it is local to our city and we only get people, you know, here and there. I'm not in like a really big city, but we ended up getting some really good tickets because I did have the artist pre-sale and my mom did as well. So the artist pre-sale did go live 10 a.m. our time on October 30th, and then the general admission sale went on sale October 31st on Halloween, just the next day. So because of this, and I knew I wanted to get the best seats that I possibly could, I did have me and my husband and my mom all sign up because this was on a Thursday that it was being released at 10 a.m. pretty much, you know, at the beginning of my workday, and I knew I would be working, so I really could not look at these tickets. Essentially, I knew I'd be working, so I did talk to my husband ahead of time so that he could hopefully maybe get a chance to look. So long story short, my husband was the one who ended up going on there, getting in line in the queue, and he got in a little bit after 10. I believe it was around like 10:05 to 10:10, honestly, and he ended up trying to like FaceTime me, call me, send me texts like, which ones do you want, which ones do you want, because he didn't know if I wanted to go with the more expensive package or just try to get, you know, seats that were the closest that we could, or if I wanted general admission or anything like that. We did talk about it ahead of time, but he's not in the like the concert space in the same way I am, and I, you know what I'm looking at, and he didn't really know, you know, how much I wanted to spend and things like that. So I ended up telling him just to get the closest seated tickets that we could get at the time, because I did not want to do general admission. That is just not my thing anymore. You know, I used to do that when I was a teenager, but I have to go to the bathroom and I've realized that I do not want to deal with that. Also, if you've watched my Tana Mojo show experience, I also have like fainting spells that I've realized, especially through, you know, standing at concerts and things like that. And I just did not want to have to experience that again. And I wanted to be able to actually, you know, sit when I needed to and enjoy the show in a more organic way. So essentially I said, get the closest seated tickets that you can get. Hello guys, I just want to jump in here and say that we got floor seat tickets, the #1 VIP obsession package to the 5 Seconds of Summer concert in my hometown, in my city. I'm literally emotional right now. So Justin, my husband, actually ended up buying them for us. You can see, I know, a little bit of a mess in the background. I am traveling right now for work, and I was not able to get on my phone to get them or anything, but he sent me what he ended up getting, and we are in section 3 on the floor, so we're literally like row E, I believe. He did try to get us row B, and it ended up selling out, so we are a few rows back, but that is, you know, totally fine. I am just so excited because I've been wanting to do Soundcheck for so long. I know I've expressed to you guys that I've been a fan for like 10 plus years, and it really didn't hit me until my mom texted me and she was like, I'm so excited for you, because she has gone to every single concert with me, and this is like our, I can't even tell you, like 6th or so tour, and I've never done Soundcheck, and I've always wanted to do Soundcheck, you know, but we couldn't afford that growing up, and so, you know, now that I have my own money and they're coming to my city, we ended up getting the package. We get Soundcheck, and I'm just so excited and grateful that I'm able to do this, and I was able to get the tickets. This is literally like a dream come true, and it really did not hit me until my mom said that. And yeah, I'm just super excited. We're really looking forward to it. It's not until next year, but I'm just so excited. Like, you don't, I can like not even explain how excited I am. I'm just throwing this clip in now to kind of get my raw thoughts and reactions out there, but I definitely want to make a more in-depth video and explain everything to you and what comes in the package and whatnot, because it was a little bit confusing for me at first. So just one of those in there, but I will give you some more information in just a second. So if you do not know, the way that at least my show is set up, it looked like some of the other shows are as well. There is a pit area, which is literally within the stage. So it looked like the stage is a circle, and then there is like a cutout within that circle, if that makes sense. And that is the pit area. So pretty much a semicircle of pit, which is like the closest you can get, because like I said, you can pretty much like touch the floor in that area, but those are not seated, right? That's a pit section, so you're just going to be standing. So there is that area, that's the closest you can get, like I said. So my husband didn't know if I wanted to get those, but I realized that those were not seated, so I was like, no, not those. But then also right in front of the stage, so now this is the actual area just right in front of the stage, so not within the stage, it's just right in front of the stage. That is also just the floor general admission section. So again, that is also just a standing area, but it's not within the actual stage. So again, I did not want the standing situation. They usually don't do that. I feel like a lot of the, you know, concerts I've been to, they don't have any like general admission. There has been a few. I remember maybe the most recent one I went to, they did have that like floor area, but it wasn't really big. But usually, you know, they have a seated section pretty close to the front still. So essentially that is where we ended up getting our seats. We are the closest seated section to the stage, but we're row E. So we are 5 rows back. So he said that he did try to get row B, and he saw that come up, and so of course he tried to snatch that because that's only the second seated row closest to the stage, but that pretty much got bought out. Essentially, he said he kept trying to and it wouldn't go through, and he didn't want to, you know, lose a better seat for us, so he ended up trying to go with E. That came up, and he was able to secure the E tickets for us. So I just have to say, I am so thankful that, you know, he did do that for me, and we ended up getting good seated tickets still in that first section. We are closer to Michael's side in that section. So again, that's exciting. I've sat on Michael's side pretty much every time I can remember. I think there was one year that we might have sat on Callum's side, but it seems like we always end up being on like the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side, which is typically always, you know, traditionally Michael's side. So we're assuming that he is going to be on that side again, which is exciting because, you know, like I said, I have sat on that side many a times. So we ended up getting seats in row E on that first section closest to Michael. With that being said, this ended up being the VIP #1 obsession package. And when I realized that we got this package just through buying those seats, I literally was so excited. I started getting emotional. Like I really started like tearing up and almost crying a little bit when I realized that we got the VIP, because I realized that it comes with a Soundcheck. And if you don't know what Soundcheck is, I have wanted to do Soundcheck for so long. Like, I can't tell you, like literally since 2015, like the first concert I went to, I've always wanted to do Soundcheck. If you're not familiar, Soundcheck is where they're essentially rehearsing the songs ahead of time, and it's a much smaller, you know, audience, much smaller crowd, and you have the opportunity to ask them a question as well and actually interact with them directly. So they've been doing this for a long time. Like I said, this has kind of been tradition of Five Sauce concerts, but I have always been pretty young since going, and you know, I'm going with my mom, and we've tried to get the best deals, and, you know, we haven't been able to afford that in the past, especially when I was growing up as a teenager. So now that I am officially an adult and I make, you know, adult money, I was able to get, you know, me and my husband Soundcheck, and he also, you know, contributed to the tickets as well. So we were able to get the VIP package, which I pulled up everything that it comes with because, again, I was just so excited when I realized that we got the VIP #1 obsession package. And it looks like there are 2 different packages. So there is the VIP pit star package, which is pretty similar, but again, that's for that pit section that was actually like the, you know, in the stage, essentially the closest you could get, where it was that semicircle within the circle. So circular stage, I should say. So the VIP pit star package comes with 1 VIP general admission pit ticket inside the stage. It does say that. And it says it comes with the exclusive access to the Five Sauce pre-show Soundcheck with the opportunity to ask the band a question, like I mentioned. And it comes with the exclusive specially designed merchandise pack, a VIP lanyard and laminate, exclusive GA pit wristband, so I'm guessing that's so you can get in and out of the pit easily, and then the pre-show tour merchandise shopping opportunity, early access into the venue, photo opportunity in front of the VIP backdrop to commemorate your evening, and a dedicated VIP entrance and on-site VIP team. So it does have asterisks, and these asterisks say all questions may not be answered, and there's no artist participation in the photo opportunity. So that is for the VIP Pit Star package, in case you were wondering. Again, that is like a general admission, like I said. So if you have to go out to use the bathroom or you want to go get a snack or something, like, you will lose your spot. I'm hoping that the pit might be a little bit better in that it looked smaller and it looked like every area that you would be in seems to be a good spot. So I think that honestly wouldn't be too bad if you're okay with just standing for that amount of time. As in, if you do have to go to the bathroom and you come back, like, pretty much every angle is going to be extremely close to the stage. It's not the same where it's general admission and you're just lined up to where if you go back into the, general admission area and it's just a box, if you're in the back of that box, you're pretty far from the stage, especially if somebody's tall in front of you. So I feel like the pit is better because, like I said, unless you're maybe squished in the very middle, which I don't think you'd have to get like thrown into the very middle if you're going to the bathroom. I feel like, again, you would still be on the end, which would be on, near the stage or whatnot. I hope you get what I'm kind of putting down here. I'm visualizing it in my head, but it seems like the pit is not that bad because you're going to be surrounded by the stage pretty much no matter what. Even if you're in the middle, like, you're still in a pretty good area. So that is for the VIP Pit Star package that I did not get, that I just wanted to read it off for you guys in case you were curious. So the VIP #1 Obsession package is the one that I got for the seated floor tickets. So these were seated tickets. We have an actual seat number and we have a row number and whatnot. So this is the package that we got. So it includes one VIP general admission ticket or one premium reserved ticket. So that is the one we got, where it is the reserved ticket. We have a reserved seat and spot. And then we also got the exclusive access to the 5 Sauce pre-show sound check with an opportunity to ask the band a question, same as the other package. Exclusive specially designed merchandise item, the VIP laminate and lanyard, exclusive wristband, pre-show tour merchandise shopping opportunity, early access into the venue, and a photo opportunity in front of the VIP backdrop to commemorate your evening, and a dedicated VIP entrance and on-site VIP team. So as mentioned, that's very similar to the other package. Like, it's pretty much the exact same, honestly. It looks like every other bullet is the exact same versus, having a, inside the stage VIP ticket versus having just a, premium reserve ticket or whatnot. So let me just say that means, yes, that we get to go to Soundcheck beforehand, the pre-show with 5 Sauce, and we might be able to ask a question. So y'all, I have already been like speculating my question, what I want to ask them, because I so want to ask them a question. If you guys know the odds, if you know like the percentage or like the odds of your question getting asked, please let me know. Also, let me know down below, like, if you have had a question maybe answered before or similar questions that you've heard, like what questions they lean towards answering, because y'all, I would actually die. I literally need to be able to ask my question. I just really hope I can and I'm able to. And even if not, again, it's way more of an intimate setting. Like, there's way less people there from what I've seen from different vlogs and things like that. So you're still having like that kind of more intimate moment with them. So no matter what, I'm excited that we're able to see like the rehearsal and the actual show, and that we get like the lanyard. I'm hanging that up. I'm definitely gonna have that on display, and we get like a merchandise item. So I'm wondering what that merchandise item is. And we get the VIP entrance, early access, and all of that. So again, I'm just so excited because I've never had anything like this before for a 5 Sauce show or a show in general. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, I don't think I've ever had like VIP. So y'all, I am so excited. Like, and I'm excited that like my husband gets to go with me, and like my mom will be there as well. Like, I am just so excited and so grateful that Justin was able to get those tickets, because it seemed like they did sell out pretty quickly. I'd have to look and see. They might have a few of those VIP ones left, but I don't think it's as good maybe as our tickets or things like that. So no matter what, I am glad that we still did get those tickets. Like he mentioned, I know that they don't have like B rows left at all. Like, maybe there's like a, D row or something in there, but again, I don't care, as long as we have the tickets and we're able to go to Soundcheck and things like that. Like, I was just so grateful that we were able to get our hands on them, and that, they weren't horribly priced, to be honest. They were only like $350 each, which is really not bad in this economy. I feel like, people are out here talking about how they spend thousands and thousands of dollars on tickets, especially when I think of like Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande and things like that. Of course, they're on like a different level, but $350 for like Soundcheck and VIP and like free merch and all that, and like good concert tickets. Y'all, I was like, yes, this is happening. Absolutely, 100%. So I know that is crazy to spend, especially in this economy, but it's been years since I have spent anything near that on a concert. I'm pretty frugal with my money. for the most part, don't talk about my vinyl records and things like that. But, you know, especially in these times, like I want the serotonin, like I love them so much. And I'm just glad that I was able to get these. Like, again, that was a pretty penny. And I have been saving up my money for them because, again, I haven't seen them in a while. And the fact that they're back now, I just, you know, I had to do it. And I'm just so glad that we were able to get our hands on these tickets and we were able to, you know, purchase them essentially at the end of the day. So that is all for me for this video. I just want to tell you guys just a little bit of an update of the ticket experience and what we were able to purchase and what comes with the different packages in case you were wondering, so that you can, you know, maybe look yourself, or maybe if you're even coming to my show, let me know down below. You know, I would love to see any of you there, and, you know, tell me a little bit about your experiences or maybe your past experiences at concerts like this and with the VIP packages. I would love to hear, because I am now counting down the days until this concert for sure. So that is all for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching and for being here with me. Please remember to like and subscribe, especially if you love 5 Sauce, so you can join the family. Hope you have a great rest of your week, your day, your month, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye-bye.